Hello FlossTube, my name is Tamara and welcome to my channel Tamara Cross Stitch. In today's video, as usual, you are going to see the projects I have been stitching, the projects I have been finishing, the projects I want to start. I am talking like plural, yes, but some of them were not like in plural. But let's start at the beginning, is the best way to start. And I wanted to share a finished project. I finished stitching it. This is Finchley's Summer House by Just Nan. It was a very short stitching, surprisingly, you know. This is how small it is, again, surprisingly, because I was expecting that it's going to be larger, but no, it's not larger. I stitched it on the fabric which was recommended by the key. This is 32nd count Belfast linen vintage rose, I think, and this is an out of print fabric, unfortunately. But the thing is that you can use any shade of pink which you think is going to be okay, because the thing is that the birdhouse of this Finchley, it's mainly white. That's why you need something which would be darker, like a pink, darker pink, so that the Finchley's house would be noticed. So if you don't have this one, it's not a tragedy. And I started with the center, as I had already the fabric. I started with the center. I stitched the bird, which was like my the first time I showed you it was just the bird stitched, and the bird took, I wouldn't say a lot of time, but still it's a mess, and you have to deal with the mess of the colors here. And I thought that this is going to be the way it's going to be stitched all over, but no. Fortunately, the Finchley's house is logically built, so it was a very quick stitch. I was even surprised. And the main color again is white. So my last finished project by Just Nan, it was the mouse, winter mouse on the biscornu, and it was a lot of white in there, and again a lot of white here. So I took, after the bird, I took the white thread, and one day I think I stitched only with the white thread, no, white and another one, and I almost finished the birdhouse, and then I just added the roses, the greenness, the other things, the purple, the light purple, beautiful, very, very beautiful. There are the so you have to do the stitches. There are some third quarter stitches like here to make these elements here, and that's it. And then some back, no Smyrna here, some back stitch, just a little, so it was like back stitch here on these vines of the flowers, the musical notes. Look how beautiful they look like. And then it was like on the architectural part of the design, it was like the birds and the birdhouse here, there, somewhere, and that's it. The embellishment packs which are required here, this is like the rose matte bit, as it was written, but they are dark rose, I would say. So they are more like it's not burgundy, dark rose, I would call them. And yes, they are matte, and they are big beads, they are not small. And some petite white, so it was like here and a bit here, so not a lot. And the main part of how they say, the central part of the embellishments of this design, of course, is this button. It's a Terra cast button. If you don't have it, you can stitch without it, because underneath, like, the birdhouse looks beautifully. If you have something else, something different which would fit here, you can use. So yes, if you can get your hands on just the chart, it's enough to create such a beautiful design. Yeah, and that's it, I think, with the technical details of this design. Yes, as I said, it's a small one. I'm going to look through my frames, because I haven't looked yet, and I already don't remember what frames I have, because I have been buying so many recently, to look if I have something appropriate for it. For the size, because I think I will need a 10 on 15 one. If I'm going to find something in my stash and finish it, because I want to finish it in a frame. If I'm going to find something in my stash, if I don't find anything in my stash, I'm going to look for something, but I I wouldn't say desperately, but very much to finish this one. So if I'm going to manage to do this, of course you're going to see, maybe even in this video you're going to see if this one is going to be framed or not. And I managed to frame this design. So the frame, it was in my stash, and in the frame actually it was a card, a postcard, a card from Luca S. This one was stitched years and years ago. A couple of years ago I found it, like being stitched but not put together. I finished it, and it was, this one is, it's glued, and it was like here, it was like this. And when I finished it, this one, I put it in this frame, because frame initially, the frame was bought from Tiki Max, by the way. The frame was purchased initially for dimensions Victorian Lady, which is a gold petite. I stitched it couple of years ago, I think. So that one is a standard size. It's 13 by 18 centimeters. This frame, when I saw it, I said, oh my god, this one is going to be perfect for that lady. And on the paper, you know that they have like the paper and they write the size. On that paper it was written 13 by 18 centimeters. But because when you like put it here, 13 by 18, it's not the part you see. It's also the part which goes underneath, like here, you know. And that one is pretty deep. And my lady from Dimensions, the Victorian Lady, that one is stitched with a frame, and you cannot like I was spoiling it. That's why I kind of said that okay, the time for this frame will come for sure. And when I saw this one, I finished it because I didn't want to leave it like that. I remember that I had this frame. I put it in the frame, and now when I stitched the Finchley bird, I remembered again about this frame, and I said, okay, let me try. And when I tried it, I liked it so much, because you know, like this pink fabric and a lot of white, which is in the Finchley's house. I think it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I just finished it and I said, okay, this one is going to stay here. This one, I'm going to look for a frame because I'm not going to unglue it from here, and it's a beautiful thing. I'm going to find a frame, I'm going to frame it, and then I'm going to give it to my mom. So it's going to be a present to my mom. So she's going to display it in her house. Okay, so yes. Happy. The frame is pretty heavy. I don't know what it's made from. For sure it's not plastic, and that's why this one, you see, it has like this kind of back. This one is not going to be hang on the wall, I'm afraid. And this one is going to, you know, like stand. It has a very, so it's going to stand. Nice. I'm so happy. I don't know why lately I'm so happy when I stitch a thing and I finish that thing. I don't know why. I have a framing, finishing it into a pin cushion, into a 3D design. Yeah. So yeah, Mr. Finchley and the house, they have a frame. Beautiful. And after finishing that small design of mine, the Just Man, I started stitching the other one, which I said that is going to be the next small design. This is from the Ukrainian brand Fruzia Lock, and this is the crocus horsey. It's stitched on wood, so I already showed that it had everything inside, and it's a very easy stitch, I would say. So easy stitch because it's not complicated, but in the same time, when you are stitching on the wood, you don't get the holes so easily as you do on fabric. Those who stitched on perforated paper, this is even slower than on perforated paper, because you see, I don't know, this one is thicker, you see. but still it's not impossible. And when you are finishing, like, you need to like put the thread here, you have to like again go, but it's not impossible. And the evening I started stitching it, I said that I want to relax. That's why I took the background. This is the background, by the way, and it's this beautiful sky blue. And I stitched everything with what I had to stitch with this one. So this one is left over, actually. I won't need this thread anymore in the project. Look at the threads. Nice, very nice. So what I still have to do is to stitch the crocuses. I mean, like the green parts and the purple and a bit of yellow in the middle, and a bit of back stitch. So I think like 1 or 2 evenings are going to be spent with this project, and I will have a finished design. Yeah, this one is going to be easy, at least I think so. Because when I'm going to finish everything, I'm going to assemble it. See, here I have all the parts, and I'll assemble it. Oh, now I realize that I'm not using the needle they are recommending. I'm going to take this one out. Maybe it's going to be easier with this one than with the one I'm working. Yeah, good idea. So yes, the next small design is also being stitched, and with a great joy I'm ready to share the how would I say, the largest project, or the most important project, the main project which I'm stitching now. Yes, because this one goes like this. This is the textured Victorian house. It looks like this, and it's a sunset. It's a needlepoint, by the way. It's a super beautiful Barbie house, I would say. And yes, I'm reminding all the time that I started this project 2 years ago, stitched a little bit, and then like left it in my stitching bag and stitching box, and didn't stitch it. And now in the beginning of the year, I just kind of went through my projects and said that I have to stitch what I have started, and I still want to stitch, and this is one of those projects. I am glad that I restarted it, because this one is being stitched easily. I'm good. I like specialty stitches, because this needlepoint is mainly specialty stitches, you know, and I like them. I kind of understand. I wouldn't say that I am super good, but I understand how to do them, and I like doing them. And you know, when I see that I have to do a certain specialty stitch, I understand how to do it. I don't have even to consult the chart. I'm kind of like doing it, and the thing is that I look at it and say, okay, this is easy. It will take me kind of half an hour, 40 minutes to do this, but now it passes like 2 hours and I'm still stitching that one. So it's easy. I understand how to do it. I don't have to look in the chart very often, but the how do I say, the surface, the space, it's large. That's why it still takes time. So what I have managed to do since the last time I showed it to you, I managed to finish the house itself. Yes, I stitched, yes, probably stitched, back stitched, French knotted, everything. So I showed you previously that it comes like this. It's parts 1, 2, 3, 4. I found the center of the fabric, and it was between the parts 1 and 3. I started with 3. This was like 2 years ago. And then when I took it, I continued with parts 1 and 3, finished them. I mean, it was the upper part of the house, and I said that I'm going to go down, finishing the other 2 parts, but I'm going to go paralleling. You know, like I'm doing this part of the roof in blue, I'm doing this part of the roof in blue. I couldn't even do this part of the roof in blue because I knew how to calculate it, everything. So I kind of went down with both of them. And as I said, a lot of work, but it was easy and it was nice, and it is nice, you know, like you are stitching a day and then you see a lot of part being stitched, being done. A very beautiful design, I will repeat myself, amazingly like beautiful, very sweet, very pinkish, very girly, I would call it. I would say that it's easy, and it's easy to work with it. And I said in the beginning that when you start such a design, it's better to continue it, like leaving it for a long time. When you go back, you have to remember where to do, how to do. And yes, get used to the mesh, because this one is being stitched on this mesh, you see. And it's a bit different, I would say. It's a bit different. But when you like kind of already manage to get yourself like in the space correctly, it goes quickly, and it's very nice. I'm adoring it, honestly. On this one, so as I said, I was doing the parts together. I made the roof in blue. Then I kind of went with this candle wicking, and candle wicking covered the skeleton of the house, you see. Then it was a lot of stitching, half stitching in this staircase, and I did it. I enjoy watching a film and doing it, so it was totally nice. And then I kind of like continued. You see the door has a doorknob. And backstitch, by the way, this part, these two parts, more than the others, I just felt that we had more backstitch. And this part, you see the width stitch, and there are like French knots between them. Beautiful. Like, I don't know, I'm amazed. I'm amazed how beautiful this one is, you know. And it's large. It's going to be a large design when finished. Just a second, let me say. It's 14 by 16 inches when it's going to be finished. So I already made, as I said, all these 4 parts. So these things which are written here, I don't need them anymore. But I still will need the part which says background and border, because I have to do the background and border. I have to consult this one. I also won't have to use any more of this part of the chart, because I was consulting 3 charts, and it was, for me, it was like crazy. I don't have to consult this one anymore, you see, because I have done everything. So I have to read the description there, where to do, how to do, and I have to look already here in the main one, how to do it. Come on, this one. In the background, there is a lot of, you see, there are like these things which are done with the candle wicking, like these things, and in between everything is done with alternate continental stitch. So a lot of alternate continental stitch, which is to be done in 3 threads. I hope it's going to be enough, because I had a situation here. You see pink, there are 4 shades of pink. One of them, there were, I don't remember how many skeins in the beginning, but I used it as accordingly. And look, this is everything I have left from all the skeins. Yes, it was enough. Yes, I have done everything, but this is what I have left. And I kind of started like fearing that what if the others are going to be enough? Yes, they can be replaced. I thought that for the candle wicking can be replaced with DMC pearl. Okay, it's not going to be the same effect, but till the end it's going to look beautiful. And if this cream beige cotton thread, I have to look in my stash if I still have this, because I started having fears, you know. Okay, so as I said, my plans are to go down. So what I want to do now is to go down. Just a sec, here it's going to be seen better, you see. I'm going to go down and reach this this frame. Initially, I was thinking like that I'm going to stitch like these things and the alternate stitching, everything, and I'm going to make the background. Then I'm going to go with the frame just like this, because you have, for example, this is very light pink, these are Smyrnas, you'll go around. But then I thought that it's going to be probably super boring, just stitch just this continental stitch. So I will go down, as I said, because it's the shortest distance to get the border. And I'll get to the border, and I'll see to the frame, to the border, to the frame, and I'll see what to do next. I think when I'm going to start moving, I will get to know what is going to be the best way of going on. Of course, I'm going to show you in my next videos what I'm doing, how this one is going on. But so far, I would say that I have very good progress. And I have a finished design. This one was stitched last year. This is Annabelle by Heritage Crafts, John Clayton. I was very thrilled. This is last year's release. I was very thrilled when I saw the kit. I purchased it, I stitched it, and I saw it being framed beautifully. I liked the way. I even made a screenshot. And but the thing is that that kind of framing has to be done in a professional framing studio. I cannot do it by myself. And I told myself that if I'm going to find a round frame with a diameter of 25 centimeters, because this is a pretty big one, round one, not wide, because I have a lot of wide, round, simple frames. And I said that if I'm going to find a frame and I'm going to like it, I'm going to buy and finish it, frame it by myself temporarily, until I'm going to go to a framing studio and like do that one. And I found this one, this frame, and I ordered it because I found it online. I ordered it. I was like waiting for it, and when it came, I like put this one on a round cardboard. I put it here, and I like it very much. So I wouldn't say that this one is going to be permanent. No, this is still a temporary thing. The idea is that I already have a number of stitches which have to be finished in the framing studio. The finishing in the framing in a professional studio is not cheap, you know. And I said that probably with the next go, I'm not going to finish that one. But I wanted very much to have this one, how they say, framed. I wanted to look at her. And when I saw it, I said, okay, it's going to be temporary. The cardboard, which is here, it's my cardboard. Like I put it on the cardboard with a thread. I kind of make it round, but the edges, they are not cut. I didn't cut anything because in the moment I'm going to decide to go and finish it in a different way, in a different frame. I'm going to have all the fabric which I need. So far, as I said, I am very, very happy with what I have. So this one is going to be on display. And yes, such a frame brought me Annabelle being framed. Why did I... and by the way, this framing, this finishing, gave me the inspiration and the motivation for my next new project. My next new project is going to be another stitcher. This time is a little girl. This is from Luca S. It's called the Embroideress, and this would be the second embroideress from Luca S, because previously I showed you that I have such a design. So this one was stitched in 2014, 11 years ago. It was released at that time. Luca S released these cross stitchers. There are two. They don't have anymore. There are two girls cross-stitching. And I remember that from these two, I liked this one the best. I purchased it, I stitched it, and I haven't finished it until last year. Last year I bought this frame, I finished it, and I was looking at it and I said, oh my god, this one is so beautiful. Why I kept it like 11 years, 10 years. Last year it was 10 years. Why I kept it 10 years like without framing it. And like last summer I already had Annabelle. I knew that I'm going to stitch her, and that's why when I've been visiting my parents in Moldova, I bought this one from Luca S. As I said, it was interesting, probably because it's an old design and not so many stitchers are buying it. In the shops I went, they didn't have it, and a lady, a shop assistant, she told me try to order it online, because they're going to put the kit together for you. Because you see, they have the factory, they have like everything there. And I did so, and yes, I bought it online in Moldova. They don't have here, it's not the actual stitching, here is the computerized thing. When you stitch it, it looks differently. And I even purchased a frame like this for this one, so I'm going to like frame them in similar frames. And believe it or not, I'm going to stitch on Aida. Yes, this is the 16th count Aida, because 11 years ago I was not stitching on even weave, on linen, and this one is stitched on Aida. So that's why I have the same, as I said, I have the same frame. I don't want to like break the pattern, and I'm going to stitch also on Aida. In a sec I'm going to open to show you what's inside, but I think you know, because kits from Luca S, they are pretty popular and pretty well known. I opened the kit and I just realized that it has been a while since I haven't been buying Luca S, you know, because there are changes. There was a time years ago when I was buying a lot and stitching a lot of them. You see, they used to have a hanger here. They don't have it anymore, and thanks God, I don't like it when it has a hanger. They have stickers here with Luca S. They didn't used to have them. What else? There was a piece of cardboard here, like on the top. Usually, a lot of time ago, they used to write here the details about the kit. Now, this one is just to hold the kit nicely together, because all the details they are given here. This is how the little girl looks like. A beautiful one, I would say. Very beautiful one. As I said, it's not the actual stitch. The charts, a lot of papers, by the way. Okay, Aida. Yes, I haven't stitched on Aida for so much time. Not a big one, not a big piece. One needle. And the threads, look, 33 colors of threads. Beautiful, beautiful, very bright, but 33. Can you imagine? And these ones are for backstitch. Backstitch, 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 backstitch. Nice, nice. I don't know how much time it's going to take to stitch this one. I don't know if it's going to be a difficult stitch. I remember for this one that the backstitch was the most challenging part. Look at her hair, her face. So yes, I remember backstitch being the challenging part, but the stitching of the stitches, it wasn't difficult. And this one is 19 on 23 centimeters. I mean, like the size. This one probably is going to be pretty much the same. So I will see. I will stitch and I will see what I will see, and you will see which the result is going to be. And I almost said goodbye, but I have something more to tell you. Okay, the thing is that today is the 20th of March. I have been to the stitching festival, and I filmed a bit and I made some purchases, and I just wanted to leave this information, this images with you. So it's the first time I've been to the stitching festival. I tried for two or for 3 years, I don't remember exactly. I'm trying to go to visit knitting and stitching show at Alexandra Palace, which is in autumn. But I told myself to go and see what they have here. And even if this one is better for me to go, I mean, it's pretty close, I would say. Not pretty close, but pretty close if I'm going by public transportation, by tube. But I wouldn't say that I liked it so much as I like the knitting and stitching show. So still the knitting and stitching show, it's my favorite. A lot of people who a lot of stands who were at the knitting and stitching show were here as well. Not a lot of cross stitching, and you know, because cross stitching is rare, even if it's called the stitching show. Quite a lot of embroidery, I would say. I purchased the ticket. So today, the 20th, is the first day. So it's first day. So it's going to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So for me, this is usually it's the best to go when it's the first day, because I'm leaving the child at school. I'm going and I'm having my time. I was there 4 minutes before opening, and it was a queue. It was a strange. I was imagining that, okay, I'm going. There is nobody's going to be there. I'm going to get in. It's going to be like almost empty. I'm going to film. I'm going to look at everything. And when I turn the corner, I see a long queue and say, what? And there were like 4 minutes before opening, so 4 minutes to 10. And but there were people organizing the queue, so it was everything very, very organized. And when 10 o'clock, so the organizers were asking, so who had workshops at 10 o'clock or had the VIP tickets to go forward. So yes, very good organization as usual, I would say. And 10 o'clock, the queue started to move very fast. So in 9 minutes, so 10 and 9 minutes past 10, I was already inside. Yes, very, very quickly. And the first hour, I mean until 11, more or less it was empty, more or less. So it was possible to go quickly here, there. I even tried to film, but after 11 o'clock it was very crowded. I filmed not so much, and it was even difficult like to get through the crowd and look at something. People who were buying something already were waiting, like it was kind of a queue, I would say. And it was like the moment, almost 2 hours. I spent almost 2 hours there and said, okay, it's the time to go. As I said, I tried to film, and I made some purchases. Yes, I couldn't live without making some purchases. Let me show you what I have. So I have a chart from a designer new to me, Love Puppet, I think it's called. Yeah, Love Puppet. She has everything was stitched there. I liked it very much. So the fact that you could see the thing stitched and then buy, and I kind of fell in love with this design, Night Riders it's called. If you'll watch the video, like the things I filmed there, you'll see this one stitch. This is very nice. I asked if she has it, like how does she sell it in it's a chart or it's a kit, and she said she has both. So just the chart, the stitching is made in DMC, and here she stitched on a fabric on even weave dyed by her. But the kit she was having, she was selling it with Aida. Yes, gray Aida, but it was Aida. I'm not stitching on Aida and with DMC threads. And I said, anyway, I'm not going to stitch it on Aida. I have the DMC threads, so what's the point of like... And I bought the chart, not the kit. I love it. Nice one. And I couldn't go by the cross stitch guild. They don't allow you to film, unfortunately. This time I didn't even ask them. Last time I remember that I asked, they said no, we have a strict rule, no filming. Okay, so this time I didn't even ask, I just enjoyed what they have. And I haven't stitched. The interesting thing that this would be the third and the fourth kit I have from them, but I haven't stitched anything yet. This time, the good thing is that they have all of these things, they have there stitched, so you can look at how actually they look when you're going to stitch them. And they had such an organizer, marine organizer. I liked it. I'm not very much into like boats and these things, but I liked it. And she pulled it out from the kind of cupboard they had there, and I looked at it. So they are selling it as kit, and in the kit you have everything. You see, you have the threads are DMC here, you have the linen, you have the fabric which has to be like put inside. Then if you see, there are two bands here, the bands, the buttons, everything is here. At least it should be. Yes, they are here. She assured me that they are here. So when she opened it, I said, oh, it's just this one, and she said, yes, it's just this one. When she opened it inside, I see that there are some accessories, and say, no, look, there are some accessories. And she said, oh, yes, they are, but you have to buy them separately. And say, okay. So there is a measuring tape. This is a measuring tape, by the way, and scissor. How it's called, this one? So scissor pocket, and okay, now I forget the words. And again, the kit with everything. You see, you have the measuring tape, you have the linen, you have like even the scissors, like everything, absolutely everything to do it. So yeah, it looked beautiful. Honestly, when I saw it like already stitched, it looked beautiful. That's why I purchased it. So yes, these are the purchases I made. I hope you're going to like the filming which I have done there, and see you in my next videos. Until then, bye bye.